Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Blunt Lab. I'm Al, and this is Marcus. What's going on, brother?
Not too much. How you doing, man? How's everybody out there doing?
Oh, dude, I'm just happy the Giants are still in the playoffs, still doing it big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big win.
Getting ready to beat Philly's ass next week.
It's
But I want to
it's definitely going to be a different game than what's happened the last two meetings this season. That's for sure.
I can only hope and pray, but I just want to take a second to thank everyone that's showing us love.
Yes.
Appreciate all the views, likes. Be sure to like and subscribe. That'll be deeply appreciated. But yes, back to the Giants. I'm a little nervous. I wasn't nervous about Minnesota. I think Minnesota, that last game we played with Minnesota was close enough for me to be like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Wasn't worried at all. But Philly, on the other hand, they make me a little nervous. I'm confident in our squad.
Yes.
But Philly makes me a little nervous.
I'm not overly nervous.
In particular,
I'm not overly nervous. But go on. I'm sorry. Go on.
In particular, A.J. Brown, bro.
That's fair.
I mean, Adoree Jackson is cool. Yeah, we got McKinney back. Collins down low helping out. But Brown is a beast.
He is a load, man. He's phenomenal. That's for sure. And they got Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert. Like they got talent all over the field. That's for sure.
You mentioned Goddard. I had Goddard on my fantasy team last year, and he did not a damn thing for me. And all of a sudden,
I don't know what the hell. Not to forget, Miles Sanders has had a pretty excellent year himself, but it's really hard to beat a team 3 times, man. Like, it's really hard to do it. And we have some momentum. Daniel Jones seemed to have found himself. And I love that Saquon didn't have a lot of carries, but it was effective carries. We knew that Minnesota's
his carries were his carries were significant though.
But we knew Minnesota's pass defense.
There was one carry. I mean, the carry. And man, now granted, we won the game, so I won't harp on him too much. But Slayton dropped a pass.
Oh yeah, I saw it. That's not
for a first down. That, like, dude, are you kidding me?
But you know what was beautiful?
Are you kidding me?
When he's beating himself up, and Dave Ball grabbed him up and said, "Hey man, we got it. Relax. Don't jump off the cliff.
Oh yes,
got this,
dude." I love Dable. I love what he's done with the squad. I love how he is with the squad.
Energy.
I love how these guys are. I love how the guys are playing for him, bro. Like even some of the games we lost were super close.
The only games,
so almost
Detroit and the first Philly game, those are only like ass beatings we took this season. In reality,
gosh, I hate those ass beatings the beatings that Philly put. That's why I'm nervous, man. See, the year we won the Super Bowl and we played the undefeated Patriots, we were close in the game that we lost to them in the regular season, which is why I was confident enough to say, we got this. This Minnesota game, hey, look, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I'm not sold on Kirk Cousins.
Hey.
I'm sold on the talent that surrounds him, but I'm not sold on Kirk Cousins.
You're not alone.
With that being said, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried at all. Now, hey, can we afford Dalvin Cook? Because there's talks about Saquon Barkley going to Chicago.
Really? To do what?
Man, I read that. I don't know. I don't know why they
There's
would let
no
him
way
go.
Saquon.
If they
There's no
let
way
him,
Saquon leaves that building. There's no way. No way.
my wife said if they let go of Saquon, that she hopes he goes to Kansas City.
Hey, if there's a place that if he was to leave us, I would like him to go. I want him to go win at a high level. So, but I don't see him leaving though. I don't see how it makes any sense financially or just team morale wise. Like that's our best player.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
I would hope somebody was just writing some bullshit because I was like, I don't really see them doing
Nah.
that with Saquon.
They're gonna sign.
I don't even see. I mean,
Hmm.
go ahead. I'm
No, I
sorry.
was saying they're gonna sign Daniel Jones early to make sure that they have that
Mhm.
franchise tag available. Like, there's no way Saquon leaves the building. Like, I don't know if he'll get the long term deal right away or if they'll have to tag him and then do the long term. But I feel like Saquon has proven that he's a vital part to what we're trying to do.
And he pretty much played every game this season, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That I know of. Yeah.
I mean, pay the dude his money so he doesn't leave.
That's it.
Now, I say we keep Hodgins. That kid has played tremendous for
Agreed.
us.
Agreed.
Uh, hey, look, Slayton, Slayton's done his deed. He's done his thing. I think he should stay on the team as well. Who's the other receiver? Oh, hmm. What's what's the little fella's name?
Oh, Richie James.
Mm-hmm. Look, I like his speed. Let me just say, I like his
Mm,
upsides. What I don't like is how he likes to spill the ball. Like,
yeah.
when a player has a fumbling issue, I have a problem with that. I have a very big, if you're a running back, if you're a receiver, you're a quarterback, like an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, if those dudes happen to be carrying the ball and they fumble, that's understandable. Their job isn't to carry the ball. Their job isn't to protect the
Mm,
ball. When you're a quarterback, when you're a running back, and you're a wide receiver, or whatever, your job is to hold on to the ball and to protect the ball.
mhm.
Fumbling should never be an issue, especially when you're getting paid that kind of
That's
money.
true.
You should never fumble the ball, ever.
I'll say this though.
Look, Tiki Bob.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll say I think for a fact
No, no.
Hodgins will be back. He's a Buffalo guy, shown
Oh, he better be
able.
back.
I feel like he'll definitely be back. But go on, I'm sorry. Tiki Barber.
He's made tremendous catches for us. He better be
Yeah.
back. Okay, like again, I won't be hurt if Shepard. You like Shepard. I don't like Shepard.
I
You
love
know,
Sterling Shepard.
at this point, at this point, Sterling should be like the towel boy or a coach. I don't know which one. He could choose whichever one he wants. Whatever's not going to hurt him physically.
Don't do
Okay,
Sterling like
because we all know he can't
don't do Sterling
last.
like that, man.
Look,
He tried his best.
I'm sorry, man. I know you. I know. He tried his best,
He did. He didn't want to tear his knee up.
dude.
He didn't want to do that.
I think any one of our nephews could last more than 2 games. Okay, Sterling Shepard can't last 5 minutes.
I can't defend it.
We don't, and we're paying him, to do what? Get hurt all the time. Like, you know what, dude? It's like Tua. Tua should never come back. Shepard should never come back.
This talks about Tua coming back.
You physically can't take it.
No, this talks about Tua
He
coming
better
back.
not.
Yeah.
He bet. Flipping to Tua, saying that he shouldn't come back now. There's talk about DeMar sending out tweets. Am I getting his name right? DeMar Hamlin,
Yeah.
right? Is it? Okay. They're saying that he's tweeted out, he's rooting for his team, or whatever. Has anyone seen him?
The Buffalo Bills players said he was in the locker room before the playoff game.
Okay, they're saying he's in the locker room. So you mean to tell me if he was in the locker room, no media outlet caught a picture?
I seen a
I mean, if he's physically out and about,
yeah.
if he's physically out and about with what happened to him on the field, no one has a picture, no one's seen him, but yet he's tweeted. His teammates say they've seen him. I haven't seen him personally,
I feel like I saw a picture of him in the hospital,
and I haven't.
but I don't know if that was like a
Yeah, see,
Photoshop or
so
what.
so I don't. Let me pose this question, okay? Because do you think we witnessed a death on the field? And maybe they're just waiting for all this stuff to play out before they actually give us the news that he's dead?
No, because I don't think they can recover from something like that. I don't think the league can recover.
I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
think the league can recover. If you hold on to the news
They
of
could
the death,
feed.
and then after the Super Bowl release that, oh yeah, by the way, Lamar Hamlin died on the field that day. We didn't want to ruin the spectacle that is Super Bowl. I don't know if they can recover for something like that.
Like
Right?
I'm no conspiracy theorist, but all I'm saying is we haven't seen this dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't care what the teammates are saying. You mean to tell me these teammates who were crying, and I was right there with them.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me your boy is out of the hospital? You're not going to take a selfie with your boy?
That's true.
You're not going to let the fans know, hey, here's my boy. Look at this. Look at this tremendous recovery he's making. He's out and about. He came to see us. He came to support us. Now, I know they're playing for this man.
Yeah.
I know they're playing for him. They're playing their hearts out for this man. But I
That's-
mean, really, we haven't seen this dude. So again, if he's out and about like this, why haven't we seen it? Because in today's world, everything is on camera. Everybody's taking a picture of something. And with something this big that happened to him, if he's out in the hospital walking around, everybody would want to see this. I would think that they would want to show that off, but we haven't seen it.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Fair.
praying
That's a
that,
fair statement. Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey man, my heart goes out to him. I hope everything is all good. I know they raised a tremendous amount of money. I know no amount of money can make up for what happened to him.
Yeah.
I just hope that, if he is, we don't know, but if he is alive, I hope he is recovering, and I hope that he does recover well enough for us to actually be able to see him, you know? But yeah, that's that. Going back to Tua, I know we only have 3 or 4 listeners listening to this. I hope you become the 5th. Stay your ass home, okay? Stay your ass home. Sit in the broadcast booth. Nobody's going to hit you there unless you invite Draymond Green, but I'm assuming everybody else won't hit you. You'll be all right. But man, I don't want to see when Tua got laid out that one time and his fingers went all,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I was scared for that
Yeah.
man. I literally said he's not coming back to play ever again. But the fact that he came back, he gets 3 concussions in 1 year, dude.
Yeah.
The year wasn't even over. The year wasn't
Like
even over.
3 concussions in
3.
like 3 months or something, 2 months, something crazy like that.
Like, why come back? Like, why come back? Why risk yourself this way? Why come back?
No,
Especially after what happened to Demo.
that's fair. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I just feel like if the doctors clear him to play, he's going to. Just knowing how he is. But I don't know. I don't know if a doctor's going to clear him to play.
When I think of the NFL doctors these days allowing players to come back to play this way, I think of that doctor on that movie, Any Given Sunday.
Mm,
Like, yeah, just cut me a check. I'll give him a shot. He'll be able to play.
hmm
Just get him back out there. Let him make this money for us.
Yeah.
We don't give a damn about anything else. Let's just hope we can get, let's just hope he lasts enough to get us to the playoffs. They don't give a damn. That's how I see it. Because I mean, like, literally, why would you allow a dude to come back after something like that?
That's true.
Like, why? I mean, it isn't an ankle. It isn't a wrist. It isn't, this is neurological. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Hopefully I did to my educated folks listening. But you don't want to fuck around with stuff like that. This is your life.
Yeah.
And they're not paying you that. I mean, are they real? They're not paying you enough to risk
But
your
this
life.
is the thing, though. If Tua can come back, if the doctors clear him, Miami would give him a contract. He's never really made a lot of money, and his whole family like moved from Hawaii to like Alabama when he went to college. Like this is like a generational kind of thing. He's never really made any money in the NFL. But I feel like if he can come back and play, do you structure the contract a certain way against injury? Or do you put a clause in there in case he does get hurt that he'll get a big percentage, you know what I mean? Like to take care of him? Like, I don't know. Honestly, the way that
Because Tua's play,
like, he's fantastic, but the way that those concussions looked, yeah, I think he should retire too.
because Tua's proven that Miami can't win without him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which really, I called the Miami upset, which didn't happen.
It was close.
But
They-
Miami gave Buffalo a run for
yeah,
their
it
money.
was close.
They gave him a
It was
run.
very close.
And
I thought they were going to pull it off at one point.
Waddle dropped key
Mhm.
passes. Oh, dude. Waddle dropped key passes. Hill dropped a key pass. I mean, granted, Skyler made certain mistakes and reads late
Mhm.
that cost the team. And then, at some point I was just getting too frustrated to even
They're
watch.
wasted timeouts too.
But,
Running the play clock out.
you can't make mistakes. Yeah. And then there's rumor. I don't know. Did you notice the Miami coach smoking a vape
I
pen?
saw that video. It looked like he was smoking a vape. It did. It totally looked like that's what he was doing. I don't know.
Now, let me pose this question. Now, being the fact that it's medically
Yes.
legal, is that considered smoking on the job? Is that why he might be in
But
trouble?
I don't
'Cause, I
think he
mean-
should be, because in New York and in the state of Florida, it is medically legal. We don't know if this man has a medical card. That might be his way to medicate. So honestly,
And I mean, he's in a
Yes,
stressful
exactly.
environment. So,
hey, would we rather him?
it might be time for his medication right then and there.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
like-
do we really need to be mad at
Like,
him?
would you rather him like take like prescription painkillers, or you know what I mean, like to medicate? Like, there's different ways to medicate. There's ways.
I mean, like-
so. I mean, I thought it looked crazy. I was
I
like,
mean,
good for
shit.
him.
He could pull a Lawrence Taylor, go in the locker room and smoke some crack and then come back out.
Hey,
I mean, we don't want that to happen.
listen.
So, hey,
Might-
coach, if you need to smoke weed, brother, smoke that
Yeah.
weed. Do what
Do
you
your
need
thing.
to do. Coach those fins.
Yeah.
Because, being a Florida native for over 23 years, I support the Tampa Bay Bucks and I support the Miami
Mhm.
Dolphins. I loathe the Jacksonville
Do you?
Jaguars. And I repeat, I loathe. You know what? Our experience in Jacksonville when we went to that
Yes.
game has really, I enjoy watching Jacksonville lose because I don't want their fans to
Let's
enjoy
talk-
anything. Just like I don't want Philly fans to enjoy
let's talk
anything.
about it since we're talking Jacksonville. I told you this
Mhm.
upset was going to happen. I said it. I said that they were going to do it. They beat them earlier in the year. Granted, it took a miracle comeback to do it. Hey, if you don't throw 4 interceptions,
A
If you don't throw
miracle.
4 interceptions in the first half, who knows how that game would have went. And I'll say this though, Trevor
Uh,
Lawrence, he's here. He's ready. He's arrived.
I'm
I
happy
love
for him.
Trevor
I'm
Lawrence. I
super happy
love
for him.
Trevor Lawrence.
Urban Meyer held
Yeah,
him down.
he set the whole team back.
So, I like, do you know Travis Etienne's history? Is he Haitian? Do we know if he's a
I have
Haitian
no
brother?
idea. It sounds like it, bro.
We need, we need to, we need to look. Hey, Etienne is a Haitian name.
Mm,
Okay. I know this,
okay.
brother. So I need to find out if he's a Haitian brother. Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So we can show support that. Look, yeah, that one game we went to in Jacksonville, the fans kind of ruined it. But then my actions made up for it because I had to discipline every fan in our section, as you
I
remember.
do.
So the second half of that game was pleasurable. But it's just that before I had to discipline those fans in that section, the things that they were saying, like, yeah, we're here to watch football. I don't mind a little shit talk, but like, I'm a fan. Why are you calling me a pedophile? Now, at that point, I'm going to have to let you
Yeah.
know. Just like you saw me let them know, I let every toothless redneck in that section know that I don't fuck
Mm-hmm.
around. I think my exact words were, I have a cold blade in my pocket that needs warming up. I dare one of you to say another motherfucking word.
Yeah.
And I believe the rest of that game, every fan in that section, when Jacksonville did something good, all they did was clap.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Well, it happened
Yeah.
that way, yeah.
But before, but before then, man, I wanted to put hands on the two dudes in front of us. Before I had to let that dude behind us know, yo, I'm going to need you to shut your mouth before I really put hands
Mm-hmm.
on you. So it kind of made me just want their fans to experience loss. Now, doesn't mean I don't like what's his
Trevor.
name? Etienne,
Travis
uh,
Etienne.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. I like those guys. Those guys are
Mm-hmm.
beasts. But I really do root, you called the Dallas Cowboy game
I did.
correctly as
I
well.
did. 6 or 6 this weekend.
And
Not to pat my own
for
back,
that,
but I'll do it anyway. Oh, no, it hurt
so,
me. Trust me, it hurt me to
you
my
know,
core to predict a Cowboy victory in any fashion of life. I never want the Cowboys to win, but
no Giant fan,
I just knew that Tampa wasn't going
no
to.
Giant
I
fan.
just knew Tampa didn't have it. They don't have it.
And you know why? And you know why? I blame Giselle, okay? I blame Giselle. You ruined Tom Brady, Giselle. You ruined Tom Brady, okay? You did this. You. My man played like shit, okay? I think you and I could have went out there and got the ball to Evans or Godwin.
I would hope
Some of the
that.
passes that he was missing, I'm like, yo, this is not Tom
Mhm.
Brady. I was disgusted. And you know what? What hurts me the most is that one, you predicted that the Cowboys were going to win,
Mhm.
right? So you get joy out of that victory. Even though you hate the Cowboys, I
Mhm.
know you do. But you know who also gets joy?
Mhm.
All right. My sister.
Really?
My sister refuses to acknowledge that Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Come on, that's not even a question.
You know, I
He's
mean,
easily the best quarterback
I mean, you know,
NFL player probably ever. Like,
now if my sister could call in, she would call in
mhm.
right now to argue with the
No.
both of us that he is a cheater.
Hey,
Look, we'll
if you
address the
ain't
cheating.
cheating, you ain't
If
trying.
if it's if it's about if it's about Deflategate, deflating the ball helps everybody
Yeah.
on the field. It helps those big guys that aren't accustomed to carrying the ball. So hey, Tom Brady was just trying to help
Mhm.
somebody. If it's about their coaches taking video of them practicing, hey, look, every team does this.
Yeah.
Every team does it. They just got caught. They
That's
just
true.
got caught. So look, Tom, The only scandalous thing Tom did was that bullshit with the Miami thing. You know, I won't go there. We all know. But other than that, nobody's done what Tom Brady's done. And not to interrupt what we're discussing, but there is a fight going on with the Milwaukee Bucks and whoever they're playing.
Really?
Well, yeah, I really shouldn't have that on the side. It's pretty distracting at times.
I'm
But
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
the wife likes Milwaukee. Yeah, Lopez. It looks like Brooke Lopez is going after
Man,
somebody.
he always wants to fight people. He loves picking up.
Hey, man, if you're protecting a teammate, I'm down for it. No, I think, yeah, somebody pushed him from behind, so he wasn't having it. So, yeah, I'd push somebody too. But I digress. What was I
We're
saying
talking
before?
about how Giselle ruined Tom Brady.
Oh, yes. Yes. Now, look, personally, I don't hate Giselle. I think she's a pretty woman. And she's richer than
Yep.
Tom. So, all I'm saying is this. Tom he did not need to walk in on Giselle applying a vaginal lock on her Brazilian jiu-jitsu teacher to ruin his life. You could have been more discreet about what you were doing. You could have gone out I mean, shit. You could have waited till the season was over. You could have had plenty of personal time with your trainer.
True.
But no. You ruined Tom, Giselle. You.
I think
The guy couldn't throw a ball past 5 yards yesterday.
I think there's some merit to what you're saying. I'm not co-signing it, but there's some merit. But his offense,
Half your name's on it, buddy. Half your name.
listen, his offensive line was decimated this year, and for the first time, we watched Tom Brady play with like obvious flaws on the team. Like most of the time with the Patriots and even with the Bucks the last couple of years, like if there's issues, he'll figure it out. Their line was terrible because of all the injuries, like all those all pros and all these star guards and offensive linemen, all these guys are either hurt, retired, or gone. Like he did have like a tumultuous offseason with the retirement and coming back. And then you just gotta like look at it. Like, what did Tampa do to upgrade their team since he went there 2 years ago and to now? Like, they're kind of the same roster, if not a little bit worse. So it's like, how long is this dude supposed to just pick up the team and put it on his back? Like, this man's 45 years old. He's been in the league 23 years, man. It's like, you can't ask this man to carry it. Like, when Peyton was on his way out,
True.
he didn't carry the Broncos. The Broncos carried him. That's what Tom needs. They don't need to retire. I don't even think he's washed or shot or nothing. Tom, I think, what was I talking about earlier? You put like Tom Brady on like the Jets. They might be going to the Super Bowl, man. That's they probably need like another receiver.
There's talk of him going to Las Vegas or Miami.
I like Vegas. You gotta compete with Patrick Mahomes, and Vegas defense is terrible. And they're off like it does fit him because you got Renfro in the slot, you got Devontae, you got Josh Jacobs. Their O line's not terrible, but you're gonna have a hard time even just making it out of the division, let alone winning anything.
True.
And then like
I do like the Miami.
I like Miami. Even with Tua, even if Tua was to come back, I like Miami because you're protecting Tua.
Tua, stay home.
But I like Miami because you got Waddle, you got Tyreek, Gesicki is good. Their defense is, getting better.
See, Gesicki, I hear, I was talking to our boy Rick, and he put me on to Gesicki. He let me know that his thing is Gesicki can't block. Good pass catcher, but he can't block worth
A lot of
a
tight
damn.
ends can't though, so everybody's not George Kittle. Like George Kittle's like him and Gronk are like the two that are fantastic blockers and pass catchers. Like Travis Kelce's a pretty good blocker, but that's not, like pass catching's what he does. Or like Darren Waller with Vegas, or Mark Andrews, Baltimore. Most of the high profile tight ends are just pass catchers. So, and Tom Brady don't need no blocking tight end.
We'll do
He need a pass catching tight end.
true, very true, very true. But hey, Tom, if you ever want to come on to the New York Giants, by all means, come on down to the Price is Right.
Hey, I love Tom, but
Our guys will do
I think
you.
I think we got our quarter.
My sister,
Danny Dimes.
my sister, my sister would be furious if Tom came to the table.
I'm running with.
But congratulations to the
Yes,
Giants.
sir. Got another one.
And we'll talk about we'll make some predictions. We'll make some predictions for this week.
Okay. I've already got mine set if you're ready.
Now, with this week's upcoming games, we had Kansas City is at home against who?
Jacksonville is going to Kansas City this week.
Jacksonville's going home this week. That's what's happening.
More than likely.
My wife gets to wear that Patrick Mahomes jersey I got her for Christmas.
Nice.
She loves that light-skinned brother for some reason. I don't know why.
It's
Every time she
fantastic,
sees
man.
it.
He's a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal talent.
I don't know that I appreciate the way my wife likes him, though. If I see that, I might have to put hands on him. I mean, even though he might have 2 feet on me, as my nephew would say, because he thinks I'm short, which is quite offensive. Quite offensive.
Pat's not that tall, though. I mean, he's tall, but he ain't that tall. He's like
How
6'2".
tall is Pat? 6'2"?
Like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. Give or
Well, I'm
take.
5'9". I'm 5'9", which is above average height for a man,
That is
for
true.
those that are listening. Now, you yourself, you're what, 5'10"?
Honestly, I was at a place and measured at 6 foot. I don't know if that's true or not.
You measured
But-
6 foot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, I've always thought you were like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah. So I might be 6 foot. I'd say
So-
5'11". That's what I say.
Before we continue, here's what sucks for me, okay? I'm 5'9". That's a fact, okay? That's what the doctor says. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
5'9". My younger sister, I believe she's as tall as you.
Okay.
My younger brother is 6'1".
Okay.
Now, I have other siblings. They're about my height, shorter. But the first two, they're taller than me. Now, I have a nephew. He's like 6'4". He's a giant.
Is he who?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
And it hurts. It hurts he doesn't hoop. He doesn't play football. He thinks of himself as clumsy. He thinks of himself as clumsy, which I told him, I'm like, look, when you get to meet him, which you will soon, he's 6'4". He's built like Dexter Lawrence, okay? He could play defensive tackle. Easy. Okay? My nephew would eat up 2 blocks easy, and he's strong as hell. Now, even though he's 6'4" and strong as hell, I still tell him I'll whoop his ass, because
How old is he?
I'll whoop his... Wow, you just put me on the spot.
I
I think
I'm
he's
sorry.
30. He's in his
Okay.
Huh?
He's too old. He's too
27.
old for the league. He's too old for the league.
Yeah,
though.
he's too...
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, granted, knowing what we know about football now, I don't think my sister or myself would have allowed him. But nonetheless, going back to when he was young, if I had been around, I could have molded him to be a beast of a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Beast. My youngest nephew, his younger brother, he's as tall as me. He's going to be taller than me soon. Plays soccer. Phenomenal athlete. Now, although you see how I told you my sister, my brother, you see they're all taller than me. I'm the only one that hoops. I'm the only one that hoops.
That's crazy.
My nephew plays soccer. He's a great athlete. I don't think he plays right now, but we're looking for a club for him to play. But he and I are the only ones who pretty much play sports. So
Wow.
now you remember as a child, because I think you're the only one that actually was there to bear witness to shit like this, that at 5'9", me dunking on regulation rim.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one particular rim that was brought down to, what was it, like 9 feet?
Mm-hmm.
We won't even go into that with your boy Gabe.
Yeah.
The
I
stuff we were
enjoy it.
doing on that rim was ridiculous. So
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine if I was 6'4", with the jump shot that I had, the ups that I had?
Yeah.
Ah,
That's a fact. Yep. That's a fact.
I have a younger brother who hoops. He's 33. Yeah, he's 33. He's like, now, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll beat me now, but he talks shit like you do. He's like, he's like, oh, you hoop? I'm like, yeah, man, I hoop. Because, we're just getting together, I haven't seen him since he was like a kid or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I beat you.
Mm.
I laughed. I laughed. Now, I've never had the greatest dribble ever, just enough to get my shot off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, knowing that he has my blood in him, I know he's competitive. And
Mm-hmm.
you know how I like it when people ball.
Yeah.
I want you to play D. I want you
Mm-hmm.
to play your best D. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to be high-fiving me and hearing that shot hit the bottom of the net
Mm-hmm.
in your face. Which is why I used to get annoyed when you and Unique would walk away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why would you do that?
I
Why
figured
would you
it
do
out,
that?
man. I figured it out. Gotta make it easy
Why
for
would
myself.
but he talks mucho shit. But see, to be the shortest one in the bunch, and I will go ahead and say it now, I am the most athletic one in the bunch. My youngest nephew, if he continues to be serious, I might pass the torch down to him, but we'll see where that goes.
Gotcha.
But it just hurt. Those 2 car accidents really hurt me. Because, all this shit these youngsters are talking right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would be spanking the shit out of them right now, bro. Spanking the
I
shit
believe it.
out of
I
them.
believe it.
Oh, I mean, they would need to hear it from your mouth. Because
Mm-hmm.
they've already heard it from my mouth. So to them, it's just a story. They would need to hear it from you. They would need to hear it from Michael. They would need to hear it from Unique. They would definitely need to hear it from Gabe. Because, we'll fast forward and we'll talk about our buddy Gabe
Mm-hmm.
and that 9-foot rim that we victimized Gabe on. But, it's
He
for the
asked for
future.
it, though.
That's for the future.
He asked for it, so he got it. He asked for it. He asks and he
But
receives.
But these folks, they just think I'm short. They think my back hurts. They think I'm old, but they just don't know, dog. They'd have got their ass whooped
Mm-hmm.
easy. And I told them, I said, hey, man, it was nothing for me to play 21 with somebody and hold you to 0.
Yeah.
And pretty much I would never have to play D. So I would never have to boast about playing defense. I just never missed.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like, I can see their face and they're like, I think this nigga's just talking shit,
Mm.
Part of me, even though I'm still hurt, I want to step on the court just to show, but I know one wrong move will me up.
Man, it's been
One
years
wrong
since
move.
it's been years
Mm.
since I picked up a basketball, man. I gotta get back into it though.
I need to, my wife and I, we shoot around, for exercise.
Oh, okay.
Like, I can't play competitively. Like when we got
Yeah.
married, I started teaching her how to shoot around.
Okay.
We go out there, we sweat in the heat.
Yeah.
But to
I need
play the way
to
we
get
used to,
Yeah.
like to play the way you and I used to play, I definitely couldn't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I tell these youngsters too, I'm like, man, before Steph Curry and Gilbert Arenas were dropping the long ball, the way they were dropping the long ball, I was doing that
Mm-hmm.
with ease.
Yeah.
and I didn't need the fancy dribble that they had. All I needed
That's
was
true.
this much space. This
Yeah.
much space. And it was in your face.
Mm-hmm.
How did Eddie Murphy said, in the face.
That's true.
Oh, I love it. All right, but back to football. We'll
Okay.
stop bragging about me a little bit. So we got Jaguars at Kansas City. I have Kansas City winning that game big.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have them winning that game big. It's not to say that the Jaguars don't have a chance, but I have Kansas City just. There's no way in hell they're going to come into Kansas City and win. I don't see that
No.
happening. Patrick
No.
Mahomes wants to make up for what happened last year. Now that
Mhm.
Tom Brady's out, he can't lose to Tom.
Yeah.
And on this side, I mean, I told you, man, I'm calling it. It's going to be Kansas City and the New York Giants. I'm just going to say that outright. I'm nervous about the Philadelphia game, like I said earlier. But I
I just
think
feel like we might be a team of destiny, man. I don't know. I think we can win this game. I'm predicting us to win this game. I'm picking the New York Giants to beat the Philadelphia Eagles
as am
in the
I.
divisional game. I'm
And I
picking it.
see, and I only see us pulling it out by 3. I
Yeah,
only see us pulling it out by 3.
it's gonna be a close game, but I think we'll pull it out 3. 3 points sounds about right. I'm thinking like 27-24, 24-21, something like that.
I have a feeling more points are going to get put up, man. Even
I
though
don't.
Philadelphia has a great defense, I don't see that defense. Yeah, I think points are going to get put up, man.
I think
Maybe,
it's gonna
you know,
be
you say,
tighter than that. I think it's gonna be tight. I think it's gonna be like 27-24. I'm thinking
I
Daniel
say 30,
Jones.
20. I say 30, 27.
I can see that. I can see Daniel Jones, couple of passing touchdowns, maybe one on the ground. There's another Saquon rushing touchdown. Big defensive play to stop to end the game.
I was
That's
saying
what
I
I'm
was worried
thinking.
about Brown. I'm hoping that Adore Jackson can make a play, a very big
Hmm.
play
Yeah.
in our favor.
Hmm.
Um, I'm hoping Saquon gets one on the ground, and I see
Hmm.
Slayton kind of making up for what he did.
Yes.
So I see him getting one too. Now, with that being said, I'm hoping Hodgins can get in one too, put more points on the board.
I
You know,
I agree.
If Slayton isn't the one to get it, I say Hodgins gets it.
Yeah. And Bellinger. I can see Bellinger doing some good stuff in this game too.
I'm not getting why they're not implementing him more in the offense. Because the kid is
Well,
fast. He has good hands.
yeah.
I mean, unless he's still a little hurt, but I
I
don't
know it
see
was
why they're
something.
not implementing.
I have something with his eye. I think when he did get hurt,
Mm.
like could be some lasting. Because I mean, he played good in the last game, and like when he gets the ball, he makes things happen. So maybe it's
Oh, yes, he does.
just like the flow of the offense kind of thing. But I feel like I think what we put on tape, Philly's going to think a certain way about how we're gonna play. And I feel like that's where we have an advantage. The fact that Daniel Jones is athletic and can move around. The offensive line protected a lot better and they're gelling. It's just really about ball control. Like we had the
Philly's
ball for
front,
like
though.
35 minutes, 34 minutes against Minnesota.
Yes.
If we can do
Yes.
that, we're in good shape.
I can only hope. Because Philly's front is monstrous. Monstrous. And with our front being what it is, I can only hope that they hold them off
Mm-hmm.
so that we can make those kind of plays. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still got us. I'm predicting we're going to the Super Bowl. It's going to break my heart if we don't.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm predicting now.
I'm
That's what it is
predicting
now.
I'm predicting a Giants upset. I'm also predicting and I hate to say it again. I'm
Ah,
predicting the Dallas Cowboys to go into beat San Francisco as well. I hate it. I know. As Giants fans,
I almost,
Prince,
I
I
almost want to bet money. I almost want to bet you money. I don't, I don't, I don't think Dallas is going anywhere. I don't think Dallas is going to get past San Fran. I think it'll be the Giants and San Fran in the conference championship. I
I'm
don't
all
think
right with
Dallas
that.
has it. I don't think. I don't. Oh, so am I. Because look, CD Lamb. What do you say about him? I mean,
He's
he's
pretty good.
really embarrassing folks right now. Yeah. But okay, that's all. Outside of CD Lamb, is Zeke? Zeke is playing. They have Zeke. Look, they're not stopping San Francisco, man. Brock Purdy is baby Brady. I'm just
Lis-
let me say that again. He's temporary baby Brady, because
Listen,
we'll see what happens next year. All
Brock
right.
Purdy has had
They-
a solid showing. At some point, he's gonna play like his draft status. Like he was a 7th round pick. Not to say that
oh,
he's
that's
bad.
cold blooded.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's a good player. I think he's solid. But at some point, at some point, he's gonna come back to to the average. And I also say we haven't seen him play with adversity really. Like they've kind of like I guess the Seattle game, but that got out of hand really quick. Like
Mhm.
is San Francisco built like I say Dallas jumps out ahead 21-7, 24-7, 24-3. Are San Francisco built to come back from something like that? I don't. They have playmakers, they have talent, but like that's not really their
Yeah.
game for him. So I don't know.
I mean,
With Brock Purdy,
I think Brock Purdy can drop dimes. Who's that fast fella on the other side of Debo?
oh, Ayuk, Brandon
Yeah.
Ayuk, yeah,
Mhm. And look, Kittle can open it up for them
yeah,
because everybody's expecting him just to block off the line, block for the run, and do this. And then you just let him leak out.
mm-hmm.
He'll be wide open,
That's true.
wide open. So Kittle can open it up. I don't see that. I don't think Dallas has enough to stop those guys. CD Lamb might do his thing, and whoever else they have on the squad might contribute. But look, I'm not sold on Dak Prescott. You
It's
know,
you took the words out of my mouth. It's really about Dak. If Dak plays like he
Mhm.
did against Tampa, they can win. If Dak plays like he played the last 7 weeks of the season, they're gonna get blown out. This is really the only two ways it could go.
oh, I see them getting blown out. Well, you know what? I don't see them getting blown out. I see them losing. I don't see
Mhm.
them getting blown out. Dak looked really good in this last game. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
He looked their offense looked really good.
yeah, it was humming.
But I mean, Tampa,
Their defense ain't the
Tampa's
49ers.
been, yeah, and again, everybody's feeling the pain that's Tom feeling. Nobody wants to get cheated on. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to get played like that.
yeah.
Everybody's hurting in that locker room. Thank you, Giselle. Now, who else is playing? Oh,
Um,
Cincy and Buffalo. If
Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's gonna win.
Yeah, I think Cincy's going to win that one too.
And I got a little bit of a spicy take. I think Joe Burrow's better than Josh Allen. I would take Joe Burrow over Josh Allen.
That's not
Any
too
day.
spicy of a take, man. That's not too spicy of a take. Because look,
Maybe not.
Josh Allen, hands down, is a beast.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
he's athletic, he's fast. The guy has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe B is a beast as well. Joe B doesn't have an offensive line
mm-mm.
like Buffalo.
Mm-mm.
Joe B's doing a lot of what he's doing. I don't want to say on his own, but up front on his own with
Mm-hmm.
talents like, Chase. Chase is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And your boy, who I would like to see become a giant. I don't
Oh,
want to
T.
say his name,
Higgins.
pimping.
T. Higgins.
Yep.
Oh, love T.
T.
Higgins.
Higgins, if you're listening, come on down to New York, baby.
For
Come
real.
on down to New York.
For real.
We could use you.
Come win some rings with us, man. We'll
Oh
take you. We'll
man.
take you to New York.
But if DeMar is in fact doing okay,
Mm-hmm.
if DeMar is in fact with us, you say he shows up this game?
Who? I mean, I could see him coming as like support, but I also could see him being like that might be too soon, especially against that team, considering what happened. I mean, it'll be in Buffalo this time, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I could see him being there for them and that giving them a boost. Yeah. I just feel like if Buffalo plays the way they played Miami, they're not going to win
Which
because
teammates?
Miami would have beat them if Tua was playing.
Oh
Miami would have beat
God.
them. I think they would have beat them easily, actually. So I don't know. I
To
think
see him,
Buffalo's talented, but they're like, I think the pressure's like starting to like get to them a little bit. Like they
look at
know.
how close that game was and
Mm-hmm.
what Miami had to do it with.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And
no knock on no knock on Skyler, but I was having this discussion with my wife earlier. Here's what I don't get: you have your starting lineup, or unit, so to
mm-hmm.
speak. They get the whole playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the second and third units should get half or a little more than half the playbook, so that when somebody from the starting unit gets hurt,
Mm-hmm.
you're not missing that much and there isn't that much miscommunication.
Yeah.
Because as far as reps are concerned, while the number one units are working, I don't see any reason why the second and third units shouldn't be on the other half of the field doing some work too.
That's true.
That way you have repetition. They're ready to go in. I mean, I don't know if that's done now, but to see the kind of miscommunication that happened with Miami, that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, Bill Belichick, if he lost a starter, whoever came in, it was like they didn't lose a step. They didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, now not so much, but for the most part, how is it that when you have to replace somebody from your starting unit, that there's that much miscommunication, especially with the quarterback situation?
That's,
All the quarterbacks should have access to the playbook. What are you afraid of? If you're keeping the dude, give him the book so that he studies the book. The
that's
guy
true.
should be ready to go.
Yeah, that's true.
There should be no excuse why the guy's flipping through stuff on his forearm frantically throughout the game. Like, why the hell is he not prepared?
Yeah, he is a rookie though. You know? And it was like it's a lot of pressure, Playoffs, win or go home. And playing a team that honestly I feel like Miami's on their level. They've proven that this year. They beat them. They lost them. They lost them twice, but they beat them
They
the
just need
first
a
time.
quarterback.
Yeah, if they had two, I think they would. And the thing about Josh Allen,
Mm-hmm.
as good as he has a tendency to be a little reckless with the football at times. Like he goes through
He's got a little
periods.
Brett Favre in him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he won't.
Somebody,
Hopefully he won't steal millions like Brett. But go ahead.
I heard that take, I think it was the other day, yesterday or the day before, that he might be this era's Brett Favre. And that's not a knock. Like Brett Favre is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. His personal stuff aside, as a player, he was fantastic. I could see that comparison. I think Josh Allen is maybe a little bit. I want to say it's like he's not reckless. It's just that he's like maybe he's
He's a
like
risk taker.
yeah, he's like supremely confident in what he can do. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes those risks are like there's no reward to it. So that's my only thing. Like if I had to pick just based off of what I've seen this season, like I would assume that Joe Burrow's not gonna he's gonna play clean. And Josh, especially if things get tight, I can see him trying to make plays. And Cincinnati's defense is super underrated. Like they get busy. Like
They
Hubbard,
can't get busy.
yeah,
You know, if Eli Apple's not doing stupid stuff, they can't get busy.
yeah, they're decent. Their secondary is pretty decent. Their pass rush is good. Linebackers, like who's that? Logan Wilson. I really like him. I like Hubbard. I like I can't remember the other guy's name. The other pass rusher. But they got some good players on their defense. Like I think that's going to be the closest game of the weekend. Well,
Closer than the Giants game, you think?
the Giants and Eagles and that one. I think those will be the two close ones. I think the Dallas San Fran game would be close, but I just have
I got
this.
Sam.
I just got this weird feeling like this is my dream scenario. I want Dallas to go in there and I want them to beat San Fran. They're back in the conference finals for the first time in 30 years, but they got us coming. And then we take them out in the conference finals. Bro, that would be the most disgusting thing for Dallas Cowboy fans that could ever happen. You're literally a step away from the big game and you lose to us, who you've beaten multiple times over the past few years. Like,
True.
I think it's
I just hate the Cowboys. I hate Jerry Jones.
it's
And I
bittersweet
hope they
symphony.
lose.
I want
Okay, so you have Cincy winning. So we have
yes.
the Giants. We have the Giants winning, Cincy winning.
Mhm.
You have the Cowboys winning.
Yes.
I have San Fran winning.
Mhm.
And what's the other game?
Kansas City beating Jacksonville easily.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be easy.
Love Trevor
That's
Lawrence.
gonna be brutal.
It's not a knock on him, but if he plays the way he played against Los Angeles, Kansas City might score 100 points.
They would lose.
Yeah.
They would lose big. Because there's you can't go down 27-0 against Kansas City.
No,
That's
it's gonna be 50-0 before you know it.
But it isn't gonna stop 27-0. They're just gonna keep piling it on.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I love Andy Reid, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love Andy Reid.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Dable, I would have loved Andy Reid to come on down.
Yeah. Him or Mike Tomlin. Love those two. Because Mike Tomlin
Yeah,
getting 9
yeah.
wins out of that Pittsburgh team this year, that's unbelievable. That's
He
heroic.
gets no love.
Mm-mm.
Hey, I want to thank everyone for joining us
Yes, thank you.
on our
Thank
second
you all.
episode. Appreciate all the love we've been getting. Hope we continue to get more love, more
Yeah.
likes, more.
Yes, sir.
If
More
you guys want
likes,
to follow
more
us, we're on
subscriptions.
Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. Our videos you can find on YouTube. We'll have them up on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So you guys
Yes.
can check those places out.
Anywhere you podcast, come and check us out.
Yes. So please continue to show love. And, brother,
Yes.
next episode, we're going to look to discuss some things that we've watched or recently watched.
Mm-hmm.
You said you recently watched, was that Red Notice and the Atom Project?
Yes. I know. I'm like a year behind everybody else. And I just watched the Hellraiser movie. So I've caught
We'll
up.
go ahead. We'll go ahead and we'll have if you can. I've recently watched the first episode of The Last of Us.
Yes.
So go ahead and check that out.
I will be checking that out for sure.
And I know I've been behind on the Batman, so I will go ahead and watch the Batman. You know what's sad is I told everybody they should watch it, and that Robert Pattinson was going to be the man in this movie, and yet I have yet to watch it.
I'm not going to say anything.
He's what's
fantastic.
His name? Colin Farrell? I heard Colin Farrell was pretty good in it too.
Bro, you wouldn't even know that was him. Now with everybody did a good job. My only qualm about the movie, they could have shaved about 45 minutes off of it, and it would have been just as good. It was a very long movie, but it is definitely a Batman movie.
So yeah, we'll have those discussions. We'll we didn't really give Alice in Borderland enough love.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and because we got to give Arisu, my boy,
Arisu,
much more love than the 2 minutes we gave him on the last episode.
That's true.
And I know you haven't seen these shows yet, but All of Us Are Dead, Sweet Home, those are also some shows I recommend folks check out.
Gotcha.
And oh, you said you saw You, right?
Yes.
Oh, we definitely got to talk about that, buddy.
Coming
I
back
don't
from
really
a week.
hear. Yes, I don't hear folks talking about that very much. So we got to talk about You,
Yes, sir.
my boy Joe. You know, it's hard to root for somebody like Joe, but we got to talk about Joe.
I root for him too, man, and I hate myself for it a little bit. I just want him to be happy,
Ah,
man. Just
you know, yeah. I love that dude.
I just want to see him happy.
So yeah, folks, again, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
We will we'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Have a great evening, ladies and gents.
Sir. Yes, sir.